Alexa, when did the Nintendo Wii release?
The Nintendo Wii was released in the North American market on November 19, 2006, making the device 15 years old.
When the Nintendo Wii released, I was working at Electronic Arts at the time, and we got a shipment in from Nintendo for employees to purchase. It was one of the coolest things ever. We spent the entire day in our management office playing Wii Sports. We didn't get a thing done that day, and it was one of my favorite memories of working in the industry. And from that point forward, the Wii became one of my favorite consoles. Welcome to Square Pegs, everyone. I am Jay. Hey, if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe down below. We're on our way to 1,000 subs, and I would love to have you along for the ride. We will be doing a big giveaway in time for 1,000 subs. I'm talking about a sealed PS5 game, as well as a few other channel merchandise items as well. So be sure to subscribe down below. Today we are talking the Nintendo Wii, specifically 5 hidden gem video games that you can pick up that I think are magnificent. Some very interesting stuff in this list. We have a first-party Nintendo game that is often overlooked in favor of others. We have a licensed racing game that a lot of people don't know about, a remake of a classic NES title, a fantastic physics puzzler and action game from Electronic Arts, and a wonderful take on a point-and-click adventure game from Capcom. So what do you say? Let's take a look at 5 hidden gems for the Nintendo Wii. So here's a game I picked up well after the fact, and not something that I had thought was going to be any good, but I bought it because I'm such a fan of the film it's based on. The Wachowskis' take on Speed Racer, which was just a Technicolor dream of just flashing color and speed and just crazy cartoon action, was one of my favorite movies of the 2000s. And to find a game about it really excited me. I didn't know there was anything based on it. I had played the original Speed Racer arcade game back in the 90s when it released, but I didn't know there was a game based on the film. So to find this for the Wii was something I was excited about. I actually found it in an antique shop, of all places, here in Michigan, for about $5. And in most cases, you can't go wrong with $5 for a racing game, and I didn't go wrong with this one. Speed Racer is fast and fluid and colorful, has some fantastic voice acting. Like, the crap talk that happens during a race from all the different characters from the Speed Racer universe is marvelous. And one of my favorite little aspects about this game is the fact that they got Emile Hirsch, Christina Ricci, and Matthew Fox to reprise their roles of Speed Racer, Trixie, and Racer X. It's fantastic. The game is fast and fun and challenging. There's actually a really good difficulty level here, so it's definitely something worth picking up if you are a fan of arcade racing games. And remarkably, something that I didn't expect, the actual Wii remote controls really well here. One of the things that I had a problem with racing games on the Wii frequently was the fact that using it to steer with was a little overcorrective. It didn't really work all that well. But Speed Racer, it's got some really good fidelity involved here. It actually controls really well. Definitely check Speed Racer out. It's a lot of fun.
All right. Let's do it.
Cool beans.
I remember when Boom Blox got announced how curious it was that we were going to be getting a game from Steven Spielberg on the Wii, and it had no storytelling in it whatsoever. It was just a physics puzzler, and it was a lot of fun. And then we got Boom Blox Bash Party, and it was just more of the same, only better somehow. Like, I actually think this one plays a little bit better. So if you have never played Boom Blox, here's what you need to know. The Wii Remote is you. So the way it was described to me when this game launched is basically think of this as explosive Jenga, and you get to control and manipulate the blocks on the screen by using the Wii Remote to grab, remove, pull, and replace things on the screen. And even better, you also actually get to be able to throw balls at stuff to knock things over and blow them up. It is a ton of fun. At its core, this is just a really simple party game that anyone can pick up and play. Everyone understands the simple mechanics of throwing a ball or grabbing a stick. It's not that difficult to figure out. And that was one of the most remarkable things about the Wii, and in particular about this game. This is something that anyone could have fun with, and frequently people did when they picked it up. Boom Blox Bash Party is one of my absolute favorites, and even better, it can be found for pennies on the dollar. A steal for a great game. One of the games that absolutely captured my mind as a child on the NES was A Boy and His Blob. The idea of being able to have your own pet blob that you could form into different objects by using different flavored jelly beans just tickled me like few other games did as a kid. And when it got remade for the Wii, I was so excited to play this game. And finding out that Way Forward were the team behind it, oh man, you guys know how much I love Way Forward. They're probably my favorite developer. And them making one of my favorite games on the Wii is just remarkable. They've actually made 2 of them now between this and Batman Brave and the Bold, but we are talking about A Boy and His Blob. Now, if you have never played A Boy and His Blob, Think of it kind of like a puzzle platformer. You're going to be going through levels and dodging enemies or eliminating them in creative ways with your friend, the Blob. Now, the Blob can change into tons of different objects by using different flavored jelly beans. You're going to collect different jelly beans in the levels that you complete. But for example, like as we are here in the early game, because I don't want to spoil too much for you, I want you guys to be able to enjoy the game yourself. Feeding the Blob a particular jelly bean will turn him into a ladder or a portable hole, like from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and you can make bad guys fall through or can use that as an option to get through different parts of the levels. Now, you're going to collect different objects for your treehouse, so there's a lot of replay value involved here. This isn't just a one-level thing and you're done. You actually want to collect all the different collectibles and the art assets and things like that so you can see the behind-the-scenes creation of this game. This is a love letter to a classic NES game that a lot of people don't know or haven't played enough time on. I think A Boy and His Blob is one of my favorite Wii games specifically because of that. There's a lot of nostalgia involved here, but I look at it as well as just a solid, fun, different take on the platformer genre. This game's great.
Gotta go! All right!
I remember when the Wii was announced, one of the first things I thought of was the fact that adventure games seemed like a natural fit for it. Being able to use the Wii remote as kind of a makeshift mouse and be able to move around on the screen and point in different things to investigate just seemed like a natural fit to me. And my mind danced with the secret of Monkey Island just floating through my head. I just had visions of Guybrush Threepwood and Elaine Marley in my mind. And I didn't get it. It didn't happen. For the most part. Because Capcom did create Zack and Wiki: The Quest for Barbaro's Treasure, which is a point-and-click adventure game of a sort. You are playing as Zack and Wiki. Zack is a little pirate, and Wiki is a little golden monkey that flies around. And your goal is to collect treasure. And by doing that, you are going to point and click and investigate different things throughout the screen. Now, it doesn't play like a traditional adventure game. It's not an exact one-to-one representation of what a classic adventure game is, but it's close enough that when you play it, you're going to feel the same self-satisfaction you do by playing and solving puzzles in a classic point-and-click adventure game from the 80s from Sierra or LucasArts. Zack and Wiki is full of charm, is oftentimes hilarious, and looks beautiful. The character designs are great, the scenarios are a ton of fun, and being able to figure your way through a puzzle and collect the treasure on each level is remarkable. Zack and Wiki is a wonderful game and something that Capcom has pretty much forgotten about since the Wii days. And as much as I love the Wii version, I do wish that this game would come back because I think it could have a really nice life on the Switch. Out of all of Nintendo's IPs, one of my absolute favorites is the character of Wario, and I love Wario's games. And while most people love him because of WarioWare, but for me, his platformers are the ones that keep me coming back to play more. And Wario Land Shake It is no exception to that rule. And I'm curious as to why so many people overlooked this one. I think it might have to do with the fact that Nintendo added motion controls to the game, but they feel natural when you consider the way they're implemented because you're playing as Wario, and Wario's entire modus operandi is being greedy. And the whole reason you use the motion controls in the game is to shake the holy hell out of coin bags to collect all the coins. It's pretty fun, because outside of that, all of the classic controls that you remember from Wario's adventures on the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance are present. You've got the dash, you've got the jump and crash through walls, you can butt stomp, everything else is there. The game is fantastic. I really like the way this game plays, it sounds amazing, but most remarkable about it is how good it looks. The game feels like a cartoon come to life, and that's even after watching the hand-drawn animation for the intro to the game. This is a wonderful pickup, and something that I think a lot of people just overlooked because one, it's Wario, and two, motion controls. Definitely check out Wario Land Shake It, because it is wonderful. And there you have it, my friends. 5 Nintendo Wii hidden gems that I think are just absolutely fantastic and are wonderful things to add to your collection. The Wii is so often looked at as just a shovelware machine, but I am telling you right now, there are some fantastic games on that console beyond just the first-party Nintendo stuff. This is stuff that is just excellent. And some unexpected things on here, like Speed Racer. I didn't expect that game to be as good as it was, but as a big fan of the Wachowskis movie, I knew I wanted to pick this one up, but I have a lot of fun playing it. When we released the original Boom Blocks on the Wii when I was working at EA, it was a game that I absolutely fell in love with, and Boom Blocks Bash Party is no exception to that. It's an excellent step forward in the series. A Boy and His Blob was one of my favorite games as a kid, and seeing it remade lovingly on the Wii is wonderful. Wario Land Shake It is a study and platforming design, but my favorite out of the list of these is Zack and Wiki, Quest for Barbaro's Treasure. If you have any affinity for adventure games, this one needs to be in your collection. Let me know in the comments down below what some of your favorite Wii hidden gems are so I can keep doing these videos going forward. Only 5 games today. I know we could have done more, but at the end of the day, you guys have more important things to do, like go play some of these awesome games. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up down below, and if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you can keep up to date when I upload my 2 videos a week. And if you really dig what we do around here and you're in a position to help the channel grow, consider becoming a Patreon sponsor or picking up some of our merch. Links to both of those will be in the pinned comment down below, as well as where you can find us on social media across the web. Until next time, I've been Jay. Appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me today. Until next time, remember to play more games, stay square, and take care. I'll talk to you soon.